Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. This is the second video of the day. This video is going to be about Celtic's 2-0 win over Hibs at the weekend. For me, a game with two halves. Celtic absolutely brilliant in the first half. Second half, they seemed to lose a wee bit of energy, a wee bit of concentration, and let Hibs back into the game. However, really only one time did Hibs look like they were really threatening the goal, and Kasper Schmeichel is yet to make a proper save yet for Celtic in the two league matches so far. We'll be crack on with the video. Just a wee quick reminder, encouragement to click that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already. The number is very close to 850, which would be a lovely target to reach by the end of the week, then pushing on to 900, then 1000, and my current goal is 1000 by the end of 2024, and that would be a nice wee boost for the channel, as it does open up a few other avenues of things we can do as part of the channel. Click that like button if you have liked the video, and also comment section always open for pleasant, polite, constructive debating points, opinions, thoughts regarding the game, the match ratings, the goals, the performances, and any other Celtic issues that are burning in your mind at the moment. So just a wee quick summary of the game. Celtic got right onto the front foot right from the start, got on the attack. Celtic took an early lead from Nicholas Kuhn in around the second minute. Ball over the top by Nicholas Kuhn, picking out Kyogo in miles of space in the Hibs defence. Kyogo drove into goal. Great shot by Kyogo, well saved by the new Hibs goalkeeper. Very encouraging to see that James Forrest and Nicholas Kuhn kept up with Kyogo driving into the box. Forrest retrieved the save from the Hibs goalkeeper, squared it back across the box to Nicholas Kuhn following in at the back post for a very easy 1-0 lead. Hibs then gave away a couple of yellow cards and seemed more keen to kick the Celtic players rather than doing anything constructive. Then an absolutely stupendous goal by Kuhn and McGregor in the 18th minute from around about 25 to 30 yards. Left foot screamer into the top right hand corner past the new Hibs goalkeeper. Celtic 2-0 up and very much deserving of their lead. Further chances for Kyogo in the first half. Some nice half chances for O'Reilly. And Celtic also nearly scored with a deflected Alistair Johnson cross. Came off the defender and beat the Hibs goalkeeper, hit the bar, but bounced back out and away to safety. So Celtic 2-0 up at half time, and I thought, oh, great, Celtic will push on in the second half, get third, fourth, fifth goals, which their performance deserved. However, for one reason or another, which we'll come back to in the second half of the video, Celtic seemed to lose a bit of energy, a bit of focus, let Hibs back into the game a bit. Hibs actually did look that more bit lively once they brought on their new signing Bowie, who came from Fulham, player who was the product of Wraith Rovers, but then moved down to Fulham, has played under 21 football for Scotland. He did manage to get in between the scales and Carter Vickers over on our left, then outmuscled Cameron Carter Vickers, but his shot went eventually wide of Kasper Schmeichel's goal, and our 2-0 lead stayed strong. In the second half, I think Celtic had two half shouts for penalties. There was a lovely shot by Kuhn and McGregor that rebounded off the post to Nicholas Kuhn. He couldn't quite get his finish away, and then was kind of taken out by the Hibs goalkeeper and Defenders, however, VAR did not consider it was a penalty, and so we moved on. Later in the game, a lovely cross to Matt O'Reilly. His header down into the ground was half saved by the Hibs goalkeeper, rebounded to Mikey Johnston, who got clattered by the goalkeeper, suffering what looked like a broken nose and eye injury and a bit of concussion. However, the goalkeeper got away this time with his challenge on Mikey Johnson, and no penalty was given. No chance for Celtic to add to the tally. Second half, a couple of slightly dodgy moments where it looked like Kyogo had injured himself. One time, apparently, his shoulder dislocated when he went to the ground, but the physio and Kyogo were able to pop his shoulder back into joint, and later on, it looked like Kyogo had his foot stood on, but happily, he managed to play on for a wee bit before being subbed and replaced by Mikey Johnson. And Celtic managed to have 6 subs on because Mikey Johnson, in added time, went off with concussion, which allowed Odin Thiago home on for a couple of minutes. So Celtic in the second half, as I said, lost a bit of focus, a bit of pace, a bit of aggression, a bit of attack. Could easily have added 2, 3, 4, 5 goals lead in the second half, but a bit of good defending by Hibs, some nice saves by the Hibs goalkeeper, and a wee bit of poor finishing kept the score at 2-0 and leaves Celtic clear at the top of the table with 6 out of 6 points, level with Aberdeen but ahead on goal difference. So just thought I would pop in a couple of minutes of the goals and highlights taken from Sky Sports coverage yesterday with all the copyright disclaimers, and then we'll finish off with the stats and for the game and my ratings for the players and one or two wee other thoughts regarding Celtic's performance yesterday. Comfortable win for Celtic. Just one or two wee stats from the game. Celtic possession was 74% to Hibs 26. Shots were 19 for Celtic, 4 for Hibs. 7 shots on target by Celtic, no shots on target by Hibs. Hibs blocked 9 shots by Celtic, and there were 5 saves by the Hibs goalkeeper. Michael didn't need to make any saves in the whole game, and Celtic had 35 touches in the Hibs box, with Hibs just having 9 in Celtic's box and Celtic had a 5-3 advantage with the corners. First half, very, very dominant. Second half, as I said earlier on, was a wee bit disappointing. Looking through the various players, my ratings were Kasper Schmeichel at 6. Not really Kasper Schmeichel's fault. He had pretty much nothing to do. Don't really recall him having anything to do in the box. One time, as I said, Bowie did get close to beating him. Ball going across the goal and out at the other side. Can't really give him any more in a game where his main duties were recycling the ball, coming out, playing sweeper keeper, and keeping Celtic on the attack. Gave 6.5s to Alistair Johnston, Cameron Carter-Vickers, and Liam Scales. Alistair Johnston, I think, still just lacking a wee bit of fitness, not too surprisingly after his very short summer break, with him playing much of the summer for Canada in the Copa America. Carter-Vickers looked perfectly sound in defence. A couple of times he did get outpaced and outmuscled, particularly by Bowie late on in the game. Liam Scales had a pretty typical Liam Scales performance. Early on, he got caught under the ball, then forced to pull down the Hibs defender around the halfway line, giving away a yellow card. A couple of times he got caught for pace, caught out of position. A couple of times the ball got in behind Liam Scales into the gap between Scales and Taylor. Carter-Vickers not able to cover back across to save Scales on a couple of occasions. Scales' distribution with the ball, quite erratic, some very good. Lovely ball later in the game to Kyogo over the top, but quite a few passes going astray. A couple of times caught dithering on the ball. A couple of passes going to the wrong player, going to the Hibs player, allowing Hibs to get back on the front foot, particularly in the first half. However, Carter-Vickers, Johnston, and Scales all defended perfectly capably when required, so 6.5 for them. Also given a 6.5 to Dyson Maida and James Forrest. Both did perfectly fine. Some nice touches from James Forrest. Got down the left wing a few times, and particularly 6.5 for his lovely run into the box to get the rebound after the save from Kyogo's shot, crossing nicely across the box to Kuhn to allow Kuhn to finish at the back post. Dyson Maida, nice to see him back in the back on the pitch, fully fit. He again had some nice runs down the outside. Didn't really get into the box terribly much, which was a bit disappointing. A couple of times he did set up fellow attackers for shots. So 6.5 for him. Given 6s to Paolo Bernardo and Mikey Johnston. They came on as subs in the second half. Neither really got much of a chance to get into the game. Mikey Johnston's main contribution was being flattened by the goalkeeper, trying to follow in after the half save from Matt O'Reilly's header. On this occasion, I've given 7 for Greg Taylor. I thought Greg Taylor, again, did a fine job defending. A couple of times, Hibs did get the ball in behind him, into the gap between him and Liam Scales. Possibly it's Greg Taylor's fault, possibly it's Liam Scales' fault, probably it's collectively both their fault. However, I did think Greg Taylor got forward on a good number of occasions. Good work in midfield, good work in the final third. A few nice balls into the box, a few nice balls to his teammates. And so 7 for Greg Taylor. First half, I thought Rio Atati was all over the pitch, helping out in midfield, getting forward, coming back to support the defence, keeping the ball going, keeping the attacks going, keeping the pace of the game going. Did seem to fade a bit in the second half, and so 7 for him. 7.5 for Kyogo. Tons of energy, tons of pace, making himself available. Got in behind the Hibs defence quite a number of times. It was his shot that was saved that ended up leading to Kuhn's goal. He then intercepted a poor back pass by the Hibs defender and really should have scored. Celtic's second from there. A couple of also good chances in the first half and second half on top of that, and failed to score. but I think the goals will start flowing for Kyogo very soon. So 7.5 for Kyogo, and given 8s for Callum McGregor, Matt O'Reilly and Nicholas Kuhn. I thought all three were brilliant in the first half. I think overall going to give man of the match to Nicholas Kuhn. Some nice runs down the wing, some nice cutting into the middle. Scored one goal, could have scored another couple of goals in the game. Thought he's had an excellent start to the season. First half, Cal McGregor and Matt O'Reilly ran things in midfield. Great game from Cal McGregor in the first half, setting up Celtic, recycling the ball, passing out wide, being always an available player to receive passes and start the attack going again. Matt O'Reilly, some nice passes, nice crosses, a couple of shots at goal. He had the header in the second half that really probably should have been Celtic's third goal. But full effort from Matt O'Reilly in the first half. I think both McGregor and O'Reilly faded away a bit in the second half, and so just 8s for them. You may well disagree with some of these ratings. You may well agree with some of these ratings. So do feel perfectly free to pop your own ratings and own thoughts regarding the performance into the comment section. So Celtic's next game will be in the League Cup at the weekend against Hibs. That game's also going to be live on television. And hopefully by that time we'll have Adam Ida into the club. Maybe hopefully still having Matt O'Reilly as a Celtic player for a wee bit longer. No real update on Adam Ida's transfer into Celtic at this point. It may be late in the day. There is further news. Atlanta are said to be making a fifth bid for Matt O'Reilly. All their bids so far have been well below Celtic's asking price, and it would appear that their bid that are about to pop in for Celtic, Matt Riley, is yet again well under Celtic's asking price, and so he remains at the club. And there's not been any progress so far. And again, it may be by the time you're watching this video, there has been changes in the Matt O'Reilly and Adam Ida stories, but as yet, no real advancement in any bids from anybody meeting Celtic's valuation of Matt O'Reilly. And if there are any changes, I'll update in videos later in the week. And if there's anything massive, I'll maybe do a wee short third video later today. But otherwise, just a wee quick reminder before we finish to click that subscribe button, keeping the numbers pushing past 850 towards 900. That would be lovely. Do click the like button if you've liked the video, and as usual, comment section always open for pleasant, polite, constructive debating points, discussions, opinions, both regarding the game, my ratings, and Celtic issues at the moment. So until tomorrow, a goodbye and hail, hail.